Because what that introduces is a lot of uncertainty in you, some of you guys, right? And it causes hesitation. Like that guy I talked to this past week because he's interested in joining. You already proven to yourself that this job killing business model works. How come you haven't just doubled down and did triple of what just worked? How come you're 2, 3 years into the business and you still haven't been able to quit your job? And it's like the usual, right? Which is that he only has a limited amount of time. He's got 2 kids, a wife, extended family that he has to take care of. But at the end of the day, he still has 10, 15 hours a week. And really what I've deciphered with him after I asked him a bunch of questions is that he's running into hesitation and uncertainty. The biggest question he asked me was, should I pick a niche out of the 4 niche and go out and scale into that niche only? Or should I diversify my niche? He said some of my niches are seasonal, like sprinkler installation. It's just a lot of hesitation, really killing a lot of you guys' progress in this business. And I think it's valuable to begin to talk about those things. What are the biggest challenges of this business? And this is a question I ask every single student that hop on a call with me to do the ePace program, like done for you package. For those of you that might be later listening on, like what has this done for you? Essentially, I've released a higher ticket program where for $25,000, my team will rank and build 5 local lead gen sites. It's going to be in key places where I already have clients. Let's get into some niche digging, right? You want to find some like super low hanging fruit where it's like, list to me cities all around Chicago where the population is from 15,000 to 30,000. Let's do maybe 40,000. List all the cities from highest population to lowest population. These are like cities that are in the middle of nowhere. But I think we underestimate how there's still a lot of businesses happening in all these little towns and cities nearby. I grew up in Lake Orion, Michigan, and I know Lake Orion, Michigan, there was like plenty of homes there. That was only listed as like 12,000, 15,000 population city. Let's just try and look. Let's go roofing, Illinois. So keyword everywhere isn't really a list. Sometimes I like to see some numbers here, but it's fine. But look at how weak the map listing is in Huntley, Illinois. There's only 2 map listings that show up. This one has 2 reviews. You notice this one doesn't even have the words Huntley in the name at all in the page title. This website is only listed because it has Huntley. Their business is actually located in Huntley. So Google was smart enough to identify that in their content. However, if we created a site and put the words Huntley in the page title or even in the name, we would be able to outrank these guys with much fewer backlinks. This guy only has 30 referring domains, a DR of 1. Again, it doesn't even have the words Huntley in the page title or the domain, which means if we created one and created a map listing, this is a map listing that is going to start making money. Okay, so if we just think about that for a second, right? Because these sites are what, $30 a month in maintenance, which means $360 a year in cost, right? Which means if it generated 1 job in 1 year, it already paid for itself. Now you have to understand that these businesses, these listings are getting a lot more jobs than 1 job per year, right? Think of how disproportionately in an advantage we are and how incredible of a business model that we have, that we can set up these assets that will pay for the expense of the asset with 1 job that it generates in 1 whole year, and everything else is profits. When you understand the opportunity at hand, like you can literally create these kind of sites / map listings nonstop and get to 10 and 15, $20,000 a month. And you're in a situation where you don't have to work for anybody else ever again. You could even create like HuntleyProRoofing.com or something. And the business name be like Huntley Pro Roofing Company. And then it'd be like residential and commercial roof repair in Huntley, Illinois. I have Huntley in the business name. I also have other words in the business name so it doesn't look too generic. Keyword stuff in the business name. I put the word residential, not necessarily that I want the word residential, but I need it semantically for it to make sense. But I want the word commercial in here, right? Because I want to go after big commercial jobs as well. I put the word roof repair in here in the page title, homepage title, because because I already have the words roofing, and I know roof repair is another very important keyword. And then at the end, I put Huntley, Illinois. Yes, we repeat Huntley twice here, but it's okay. This one is part of the brand name, and I also put the city in here.